It all started with a small SaaS company in Finland. Today, it's used in over 80 countries around the world. The journey, anything but easy. Lessons learned, key insights, hard-earned experiences. This is the founder's point of view.
Welcome to the Founder's Point of View podcast. Today, our topic is time management and self-leading. How to lead yourself.
Exactly. My all-time favorite. I've been in business life almost 20 years and I still feel that I'm not ready related to this topic. So interesting topic always.
I think that we are ready with the tools that and the methods.
Yeah.
How to handle the time management and how to manage the time and lead yourself, but we are not ready to implement that fully in our life.
Exactly.
I think that's the
Yeah.
A little bit also my background. I have studied a lot this topic, and also I have given some kind of keynotes and educated people with that topic a lot, and that's why this is a very personal topic for me. And I started to research the topic when I was younger entrepreneur, still studying in the university, having a couple of young kids at home, and so many things in my life were going on everywhere, and my days were very full, and I needed to do something because I started to feel that the things are leading me and I'm not leading the things in my life. And that's why I started to read a lot of different kind of books, and I watched YouTube videos and all the other material related to that topic, and I found a way to use my calendar differently. And that method I have tried to tell that method to all my coworkers and co-founders and all the people I know around me, and it seems that it's also working not only in my not just in my life, but also in the other people. They have told us that that's the method which is working very well also in their life.
Exactly. My background related to this topic is the fact that during my Trustmary history and as well in my previous workplace, I've been involved in many tasks and many like different operations and like business functions and so on. So lots things on the table all the time, and I've been huge fan of to-do lists the whole of my life, but I really didn't use the calendar to manage my time, and I always faced the same fact that there will be a time when the to-do list is too full, and then I can't manage it, and I'm not capable to like execute effectively.
Yeah.
So that's my background to this topic.
That's true. And during the years when we started to have employees and started to have the conversations with different kind of people, and many of them they felt stress, and I noticed that most of the times when people said that they are feeling very stressed, and the problem is that they think that they cannot handle their own life, and so they are losing the control. They're losing the control of their life. That's the typical problem behind the stress. And the other thing is that they feel that they are not valued. That the things they do, there is no value for the things they do, and they also feel that they they cannot do the things people are waiting for them to do from them, that the things that you feel that, for example, me, I feel that the other co-founders are waiting me to do different kind of things, and they are waiting that I'm responsible for that, but I cannot do that because I'm having too much in my life. And that feeling, if you are having that kind of feeling every day and a week, it's very harmful for you, and you are going to have a burnout.
It's interesting issue because many people, they like collect lots of tasks on their table and they want to be involved in many things and so on. But like I said, there will be a time when the table is too full and then you can't do anything. So it's like interesting. First you want to do everything and then you can't do anything.
Yeah, and it's maybe because of that, when you feel that you do a lot of things and you are responsible for many things, you feel that I'm important. I'm very important and I do valuable things. That's the feeling what we are looking for. But in the end, we cannot do anything well.
Yeah.
But still, we want to keep that illusion of busyness and because it's important for us. We want to feel important.
Exactly.
And same time, we need that importance, but still, it is not doing any good for us.
Yeah.
And that's a paradox. Paradox also that things which are not doing good for you, you still want to keep them in your life. And especially in the work life, when you ask someone that how's everything going, people used to say they want to say that I'm busy, there's a lot of things going on. They want to show the busyness of their life because the feeling of the importance.
Yep.
And it is okay. And even when you are doing a lot of different kind of things, but you are not feeling well, that typically means that you are not doing things, that you don't have enough time for the things which actually are important for you, and your life is not following the real values of you. So if you cannot do the things which are aligned with your own real values, you can feel very tired and stressful, even if you do a lot of different kind of things, and you can do a lot, but they are not the right things for you in the end. And I have that saying that show me your calendar and I will tell you what you love. And many times when you face a very stressful, busy person, and he or she is saying that I'm very busy, and okay, so show me your calendar, and typically the calendar is empty. And all the things he or she is doing in their life he's having or she's having in their head, and they try to keep everything in their own mind without using the calendar or any tools to handle the things or manage the time. And also, that is also a good question, that if your calendar is empty, what are your real values?
Yeah, that's true. It's also interesting that when you are discussing with someone, you can basically quite easily see if they are like leading their own life well or if they are not. You know, when they are trying to keep everything in their head and trying to remember everything, they can't really discuss. They can't listen to you. They can't answer. They yeah, exactly. They don't have any focus. You can see that they are all the time just thinking the next steps. What should I do next? What I already forgot, and so on.
Yeah, that's true. And I'm sure that most of the times when the people are stressed and they think that they will get a burnout, I think that most of the times they can get rid of that kind of situation in their life if they just started to use the calendar well.
Yeah,
And the calendar is the key tool.
definitely.
And why the calendar is the key tool? I think the most important thing is that is limited. We all of us as a people, we have the same amount of time in our life, 24 hours per day. And no one has more than that. And when you start to use calendar and put all of your things in your life to calendar, you will face the truth that you have only 24 hours per day, and that's the time you need to allocate to the things
Yeah,
which actually are important for you, and that forces you to prioritize things.
exactly.
That's the number one why the calendar is so good. And the second one is that our brain, our head is not meant to be a memory for to-do lists
Mm,
and things to do. And when you start to use calendar well, you don't need to remember anything, and you can release your brain and head to do the things which it has actually planned for. It's been actually planned for. So the thinking, the giving the ideas, being present, participating, cooperation, things like that. And that is something you mentioned, that when you have a conversation with someone
yeah,
who
yeah,
is very
exactly.
stressful.
Don't kill your focus and like creating parts of your brain by trying to remember everything and using
Yeah.
them as to-do lists.
Yeah. And the third thing, which is great with the calendar, is that the transparency it's giving for everyone who is using that. And when you are using a digital calendar, well, you can share your life with others,
Yeah,
and they can share their own life with you, and it's much easier to do the cooperation, and then the life is all about the connections and the cooperation with other people, and it's all about cooperation, the time, how we cooperate with our own personal 24 hours with
yeah,
other, and how we fit the values and the things of our life with the other people who are important for us. And I think that that's why if we can share the calendar, we can use that as a tool to manage the time of many important people of our life. It will make everything easier.
yeah, that's true. And also, if the calendar is transparent to your colleagues, especially to your founder colleagues, it makes things easier because other founders, they can see what's on the table this week. They can see if you have time for helping them, if they want to ask some help from you, and so on. And also, usually the founders, they have different responsibility areas and so on. So it makes easier to share those.
Yeah.
They can
Mm.
see your calendar and you can see their calendar and so on.
Yeah, that's true.
Commercial break. Trust Mary in 30 seconds.
Trustmary helps companies to automate the review and feedback collection and utilizing in their marketing.
We are a Finnish company, but we are already operating in 80 different countries.
Our product is especially designed for the companies doing service-oriented business coming from traditional industries.
If you need any help related to these topics, just reach us out on LinkedIn. We are happy to help.
And now back to the story.
Still, I know that after that podcast, we will show the method which is 100% working.
Yeah.
If you follow the method we will present, it will help you. It will help you with all the issues related to time management in your life. Still, most of the people, they think that, okay, I'm not using that. I want to continue using our own methods. I want to continue doing the multitasking because I'm so good at multitasking.
Mhm.
But actually, they
No
are
one
not.
is good at
Yeah,
multitasking.
based on the studies, no one is good at multitasking. So every time you do those 2 things or 4 or 5 things separately, from the start to the end, you will get the total time and the total efficiency of the work is higher
Yeah.
when you do them separately.
Yeah. 100%. It's funny to see nowadays when we are when we have lots of remote meetings, you can see people trying to multitask during the meetings, and they can feel themselves like super progressive because
Yeah.
I managed to do all these things during this meeting. But what was the actual reason for you to be in the meeting?
Yeah. You should go away from the meeting if you can do many things
Definitely.
during the meeting.
Because you can't, it's the fact that you can't listen
Yeah.
and write at the same time. So
Yeah. Okay. And the method, what we are going to present, the name of that is tool list method.
Yeah.
And it means that really we are having in our life 2 kind of things. We are having things and tasks what we need to do in a recurring way. So tasks and the things which are recurring in our life, and we need to do them every day, every week, every month to stay alive, or doing the basis of our work well. And so it's like things which are giving us good things in the life in the long term. So we need to eat, we need to sleep, we need to do sport, we need to carry the kids to their hobbies, we need to things like that.
Yeah.
And in the work life, it's some kind of, we need to have those board meetings, we need to have the meetings of executive group, we need to have one-to-ones with people, we need to have weekly meetings with customer success, and we need to have weekly checks with the sales guys. So things we need to do every day, every month to stay the basis going well. And that is something we need to notice. Okay, there are things like that. And the other list consists of those typical to-do list things. So small things and concrete things you need to do now, you need to do tomorrow, 2 p.m. or things like that. And the good example is, for example, from the work life is example of P2P sales manager that those recurring task is, for example, time allocated to prospecting. It's time slot allocated for doing the first outreach.
Booking
booking the first meeting, for example. The time allocated for building offers, and time allocated for doing the follow-ups. And those other things, those changing tasks, which are changing every day, those are those meetings, those are those actual concrete phone calls, what you need to do now, for example, related to some topic and things like that. And the task that how you start to handle because our mind and our head is full of things like that, and typically you only have those to-do list things in your mind. So what you should do, and what if I have, for example, a whole day free? What should I do now? What other things I would need to do now? And typically we start to do those to-do list things, but we don't notice that actually there might be a reason to allocate our time for also some recurring tasks.
Exactly.
And with help of them, if we spend more time doing some things frequently. So we do it
Yeah.
every month, every day. There wouldn't be so many to-do list things in the future.
Exactly, and actually for most of the people, those recurring tasks are like one-off tasks. You like sometimes remember that, hey, I should do this
Yeah.
month as well. So
Yeah.
let's put it on to-do list and do it.
Yeah. And they typically have some kind of due date also.
Yeah,
So they have a due date, and you need to do them before the some time.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay. And when you start to handle your time and start to use the calendar in the right way, you need to build two kind of lists. And first list those recurring tasks, and then list all the changing tasks you have in your phone, in your to-do list, or whatever on your post-it papers in your office, at your office, and then you list all of those things, and then you evaluate them and prioritize them, and put after all the tasks you plan that how much time I would need to do that thing well, do the task well. And once you have went through all of those tasks, then you put them to your calendar. And it can be a digital calendar, or you can build some kind of Excel for it. But put all of them to your calendar, arrange them, and then you will see that actually all of your life, all the important things in your life is now in the calendar. And now you can see that how much free time you actually have. And many times it seems that people are surprised that I felt very busy. I felt that there are so many things in my life I cannot handle all the things. But after that exercise, they notice, okay, actually, after 1 week, after 2 weeks, it will be there will be a lot of free time.
exactly. And you can also realize if you have like too much on the table, and if the
That's one
realism
thing
is
also.
that you will need 1 month to execute everything, so 1 week is not enough.
Yeah, that's but many times that's not the problem.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
It's a
Many
usual
times,
case is that you can execute everything in 1 week, but you
yeah,
just have to put those on the
put those on the calendar and
yeah, that's true.
and face the reality that actually you can do them. And also when you face the reality and you need to put them to the limited time inside the limited time, you will do the prioritizing automatically.
Yeah.
And okay, this is not as important as this. I can do that after a month. I can do that next week.
Yeah.
I have keep it in my mind for half a year, but okay, now it's there, and I will do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the most important part is to follow calendar.
Yeah.
When you start executing it.
And
so don't skip.
Yeah.
Don't like.
I really recommend to have a digital calendar so you can drag and drop things, and you can increase the time slot for some even. You can invite other people to the meetings, to the events you have there. And once you have everything there, of course, it will iterate itself, and you can iterate when you start to learn that how much time you actually need for different kind of things. For example, those recurring things.
Yeah.
Where you, for example, do the preparation for other things. And you need to execute it well. You need to do it, and don't leave anything behind. So if you cannot do the things you have in your calendar, don't leave it behind. You just move it to the other free space you will have in the future in your calendar.
Yeah.
That's the most important part. And every time, and you should put there all the things which you cannot do now. Because the typical question is that, okay, I have a calendar time to do that thing, I'm doing that, and then my phone, for example, rings. I'm unsure that there is a new task, what I need to do now. If you can do it now, do it. If you cannot do it now, put it to your calendar, for example, after an hour, after 2 hours, tomorrow, whatever. And if you don't have, if it's very important, you can move other things which are not as important to the next day and do it now. So,
Exactly.
but once you have everything there, it's not problem at all to manage and arrange things in a new way.
Yeah.
And that is very important. And the benefits what you will get when you use calendar, well, I think the first thing is that you stop making excuses and you start to deliver what you promise. You start to deliver things you promise yourself and you promise to the others, and it will make you it will make you feel good.
Yeah.
You can be satisfied for yourself and the other people also. And you can be focused, you can have the focus, you can be present. What's the name? Present. You can be present when you're working with others. So
Yeah.
that's also thing. And once you are having, for example, that kind of podcast, what we are now having, we know that we don't need to focus to the other things at all. We can be here, and we know that we have time to do that for the next hour, and then all the important things for today, for tomorrow are in our calendar. We don't need to take care of them now.
A couple of years ago, it would have been impossible for me to do this kind of things because usually I was just thinking the next steps or worrying about the last ones I already made and so on.
That's true. And once you have everything on your calendar, you will also see that how much free time you actually have.
Yeah.
And when you don't have anything in your calendar, you can just rest, and you don't need to do anything. And that is also very important, that you don't need to do anything.
Yeah, I agree that 100%. Like I mentioned, I was a huge fan of to-do lists before, and I'm also huge fan of this method. But I remember that when I started to use this, it was kind of hybrid method. So I had my recurring things on the calendar, but then I used to-do list, and it was long as I don't even know. It's really long. Then you advised me to put those clean your to-do list task to my calendar, and it worked really well. But then I found AI like application called Reclaim.ai owned by Dropbox, if I remember correctly, and it's helping me with the same method you just told us. So I have my recurring tasks there, and I can add things on my to-do list, and it will automatically allocate time from my calendar. And the trick is that, for example, if you check my calendar, it looks empty. I can see all those to-do tasks there. Then you can book a meeting, and it will automatically rearrange my calendar completely, move those things, and I can set my priorities. I can protect some of my time if I have to do something immediately and so on. There's also up next button for the tasks which should do immediately, like some not so nice phone call, for example. If it's on my calendar in 2 weeks, I will think about it like all the time until it's done, so I can set it up next and do it immediately and free my mind thinking it and so on. It's not for everyone because like the feeling that I'm actually managing my calendar is better if I'm doing it manually. But if you have lots of things, long to-do lists, and like shared schedules, so you have to be available for those meetings. So then it's something I will definitely recommend you to try.
Yeah. If you have even small feelings that you cannot handle your time well, and you are feeling that you cannot do all the things you would like to do in your life, then I'd really recommend to fully follow this method and do the exercise. It is like 1 hour exercise to list all of the things you will have in your life just now. Of course, there will be new, but at this moment, you can have a feeling that okay, now I have everything there, and that the feeling is so great when you have that feeling. So that we have done it in the workshops, at our own company, but when I have given some keynotes about this topic and we have done some workshops, the feeling after the exercise is so great, and people say that they didn't think that it might be the feeling might be this good.
Yeah, definitely.
And then you handle the life. You handle the life. You handle things in your life, and the things are not managing you or leading you anymore.
Yeah,
And that is so important if you want to live burnout or stress-free life.
definitely. And the exercise is also great in terms of the concept called radical focus. So you have to like check all your tasks, your to-do list, your recurring things, and like evaluate if they are really important for you, related to the actual focus you should have.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
Thank you
We
for
are ready.
listening.
Please share all the feedback and we hope you will try these methods. So we are happy to hear your experiences as well.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.